As we learn about how to become a financial disciple, a fourth step is to lean into it, committing to Christ's calling for us to multiply His kingdom. In Matthew 25, Jesus is telling a story intended to illustrate the kingdom of heaven. It starts with a master heading out on a long trip. Before he leaves, he entrusts his money to 3 servants. One was given 5 bags of gold, the second 2 bags, and the last 1 bag. The master distributed his money relative to the ability of the 3 servants, and then he left on his trip. As the story continues, Jesus tells the crowd the servant who had received 5 bags went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 more bags. Notice the "at once" and "put his money to work." There seemed to be a sense of urgency there. The second servant did the same, turning his 2 bags into 4. The third servant took a different route. He dug a hole and hid the money. After a long time, the master returned and brought the servants in to give a report out of what they'd done with his money. When the first servant reported he turned 5 bags into 10, the master responded, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You've been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things." Wow! Note the outcomes here. First, well done, good and faithful servant. Everybody loves an attaboy, and you can imagine hearing this from Jesus one day. Second, you have been faithful with a few things. What could he mean by faithful? Well, the servant doubled his money. So the implication is the servant was found faithful because he multiplied his master's money according to his God-given abilities. Third, I will put you in charge of many things. Note, the master's money went back to the master, and the reward the servant received was more responsibility to bear more fruit. What a prize, and a huge implication for us. Jesus feeds the hot hand. And last but not least, enter into the joy of your master. In other words, let's celebrate. So, all good for servant 1. Servant 2, same result. He doubled his master's money from 2 bags to 4. And the same response from the master, "Well done, you've been faithful. Here's some more responsibility. Let's celebrate." And servant 3, well, unfortunately, things went sideways. First, servant 3 took a couple shots at the master. Then he essentially told his master, "I did nothing, here's your money back." What did the master do? He gave the servant the most epic performance review and termination of all time. First, he tells the servant he's wicked and lazy for doing nothing. Then he takes the money and gives it to the servant who doubled his from 5 to 10 bags. And finally, instead of a reward with more responsibility, the master tells his guards to throw that useless, worthless, unprofitable servant into the darkness where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Wow! What a story, the good and the bad. And the stakes are high for us too, just like the servants in the story. Jesus gives most of us a lifetime to help advance His kingdom. Just like all 3 servants who got the same assignment, same amount of time, and same opportunity to multiply, that's what Jesus gives us too. And just like the contrast between the 2 servants who multiplied and the one who didn't, so we too will be held to account by Jesus and rewarded or judged by the result we deliver. Pretty heavy, huh? The good news is, we can all start today. We can choose to invest our time, talents, and resources into bearing fruit for Jesus. Make that commitment today, like your life, and reward in heaven depends on it. And once we've leaned into multiplication, we are ready to go all in for eternity, with an eternal focus in every area of our financial discipleship journey.